María Concepción Pomar Rosselló presents Biomes in Minecraft, learning about freshwater ponds. A video created in Minecraft. Welcome to Communicate What You Think Academy. I am María Concepción Pomar Rosselló, university professor and researcher, particularly interested in education and the metaverse. Today, I want to invite you to learn how to create a biome in Minecraft. A biome is a naturally occurring environment in which several forms of fauna and flora coexist and create a community that nourishes the habitat. There are many types of biomes in nature, like the Arctic tundra, the Arabian deserts, the African savanna, the Mediterranean forest, and many others. Biomes are formed according to multiple factors, like the climate, the type of soil, humidity, the presence of water, the seasons, etc. The animals and vegetation that are suitable due to their characteristics for living in this habitat grow and reproduce in permanent interaction, predating each other, eating plants or algae, or simply coexisting peacefully. In today's lecture, we are going to create and analyze a lentic ecosystem, that is, a still freshwater habitat, a lake or small pond. Let's get started then. The first thing we have to do to create this biome in Minecraft is find a good spot in our realm with plenty of shallow and fresh still water. Communicate What You Think Academy is a private and safe realm set up in creative and pacific mode. As we are playing in this mode, there will be no shortage of materials. As you can see, I already have several biomes here, apart from a farm and a small village. Let's walk past the horses and the llamas, and past this small forest of conifers, spruce trees to be precise, and you can see that we are reaching a watery area, in which you can find bamboos and water lilies. This area looks nice and appropriate. There is a little bit of sand and a little bit of soil here. Of course you can edit all this, but I love this area exactly as it is, with plenty of shallow water, and I think it's perfect to create a lentic freshwater biome. Take that into account. For a freshwater biome, in which turtles, frogs, etc. can live, you need clean, shallow water and a mild temperature. Let's start our pond adding algae to the bottom. Where the water is shallow, we'll plant plenty of algae, precisely seagrass. In spite of its name, it can also grow in semi-fresh water. Seagrass provides plenty of nutrients to the fauna living in your pond or your terrarium. It provides nitrogen as well, which is essential for the aquatic microorganisms. Apart from that, it is a crucial form of shelter for fish and amphibians in your freshwater biomes. Seagrass also produces a lot of oxygen where it does the photosynthesis. However, algae can become a problem if left untreated in small aquariums or terrariums, because it grows and reproduces a lot, and can turn the water greenish. Seaweed is a generic name for many species of algae. They are grossly classified as red, green or brown algae. You can see an example of red seaweed in this video. This is a saline environment though. You can see how these tiny opossum shrimps find shelter and food amongst the seaweeds. The vast majority of opossum shrimps live in salt water, with less than 10% found in freshwater areas. As I am planting the seagrass, we have company. This turtle wants a bite of this tasty algae I'm planting. Many species of turtles live in salt and fresh water. You shouldn't mistake them for tortoises. Tortoises live on land. Turtles are basically herbivores, occasionally omnivores. One of the most characteristic features of Minecraft is mixing fantasy with reality and science. One of the objects we are going to use now to set up our biome is sea pickles. They are basically underwater candles. Nevertheless, there are indeed water creatures that are bioluminescent, that is, they produce light. For example, some jellyfish and algae. This creature, though, is real. It's a sea cucumber. Sea cucumbers are echinoderms, that is, they belong to the same family as a starfish, sea urchins, sand dollars, and crinoids. Unfortunately, sea cucumbers are endangered, for they are considered a delicacy in Asian cuisine. Now that the space is lit up, it's time to plant some kelp. Kelp grows basically in saline waters, but we will resort to fantasy and add a bit to our biome. Kelp is a popular algae because it can be consumed. What you are seeing now is a kelp forest. These grey kelp towers shelter many fish and creatures, as well as provide plenty of nourishment. In Japan, kelp is consumed as kombu. With the addition of kelp, the floor of our biome is ready. Even in the game, kelp towers grow very fast. You'll see that when you create your own biome. It is one of the fastest growing organisms in the world. You can see that the kelp is already growing. Now let's go back outside and plant some ferns. Ferns grow often in wild, very humid environments. Ferns need a lot of humidity to grow and thrive. That's why it's an appropriate plant to decorate ponds or very large terrariums with freshwater areas. Ferns produce plenty of oxygen for the biome. They are considered non-flowering vascular plants. Vascular plants have veins that transport nutrients, water, etc. to all the parts of the plant or tree. Most trees, shrubs, etc. are vascular organisms. Another fantastic element in Minecraft is a glowing lichen that is bioluminescent. In real life, lichen does not produce light, but some fungi and algae, as we have already seen, do. They are beautiful, right? They can produce their light thanks to an enzyme that is called luciferase. In real life, lichen grows in very humid environments. It has characteristics of both plants, algae, and fungi. These organisms live in lichen in symbiosis. Now let's add a carpet of moss to our biome. Moss is a non-vascular organism. It is a community of very small flowerless plants. Moss typically grows in moist environments. As it forms carpets, it helps prevent soil erosion. Moss grows only in freshwater environments. You can't find moss at the beach, only algae. The presence of moss helps sustain the environment. It produces lots of oxygen and nutrients. Moss can also be adapted to drier environments. The presence of moss is a sign of a healthy habitat. Now that the land and the underwater areas are ready, let's add some water lilies to our biome, so that the frogs can hop on them. This is how water lilies look like in real life. Do you know the difference between water lilies and lotus flowers? They are two different species of aquatic plants. Water lilies float on the water's surface, and the leaves have a distinctive cut to drain water, while lotus flowers and leaves rise slightly above the water surface. Lotus flowers also need more fertile waters. Now the setting is ready. Apart from the kelp, all the vegetation we've added is consistent with a freshwater biome. Now let's add some tadpoles to the mix. Tadpoles are young frogs or toads going through a process of metamorphosis. At this stage, they still behave like small fish. Now let's try adding some axolotls. As we can see, they can't coexist with the tadpoles. The axolotls are making a feast with them. We can see that axolotls are fast predators. Axolotls are a species of amphibians. They belong to the family of salamanders. Wild axolotls can be found in several lakes in Mexico. They are considered to be critically endangered. They are also highly popular as pets. Axolotls eat small fish, tadpoles, worms, shrimp, and even other salamanders. Now let's try adding some adult frogs. Fortunately, the axolotls are leaving them alone, and you can see them jumping happily around. This is a frog on a lily pad. Adult frogs need a water and land environment. Therefore, they can be found in ponds, lakes, swamps, and similar habitats. They need plenty of fresh water where to lay eggs. With the addition of frogs, our pond biome is ready. You can also add some freshwater fish, provided that they are compatible with frogs, toads, and axolotls. And this is how you create a biome in Minecraft. Could you reproduce it in real life? With the help of your teacher in class, we'll create a terrarium all together. If you remember all this info, it'll be easy. And this was today's lesson. I hope you have enjoyed learning about biomes, especially about freshwater environments. Thanks for watching and see you in class!